We win a game against the Vancouver Canucks, but the Newfoundland Growlers have fired their head coach. Hey guys, just before this episode starts, I just want to let you guys know that my mic was acting up for some reason and the pitch is all over the place. So it might not be a big deal for some of you guys, but for me, it really bothered me. My voice sounds really weird in this episode. We'll get it fixed for episode number 3. I was going to just get rid of the entire episode and start over, but it wouldn't be very authentic. So I'm sorry, but it sounds a bit weird in this episode. I hope you enjoy anyways. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to episode number 2 of your Alaska Ice Eagles custom NHL 21 franchise mode. We kicked things off in the last video, starting the regular season off, introducing you guys to the squad, the team that, well, it's a team. We can say that. It's a team. It's nothing special, but it's a marathon, not a sprint. We are going to be taking this slow and steady, making sure every move is calculated. I want to make sure we do it right. We make this team into a winner, do it the right way. But I got a comment here. xTech came out of retirement 3 days ago. He actually retired on the Spit and Chicklets podcast. I listened to the podcast. I called him up. I said, yo, xTech, how about you come to Alaska? I'll give you a bunch of money. I'll give you $2.5 million. Come hang out in Alaska for at least 1 year. And it's a good thing he did, because he's now in the history books, scoring the first ever goal in Ice Eagles history. xTech 1 goal, a -5. You're not going to see a lot of goals, a lot of assists, but you're going to see a lot of minuses on this team. Only for year number 1, though. We got a lot to do here, and we're going to start it off by signing our first player in this episode. Now, before we sign a player, I want to give a shout out to all of the Newfoundland fans in the comments. I was really shocked to see how many people are either A, from Newfoundland, and B, rooting for Newfoundland as opposed to Alaska, which is so fun to see. That's really what I wanted to do. I wanted to make a rivalry that runs deep. I wanted there to be a divide in the comments, people cheering for a team that we're not controlling. I think it's going to be really, really cool to go up against these guys. I wish we played a little bit more. I kind of wish now that I would have put Newfoundland in the Central, but it really doesn't make any sense to put Newfoundland in the Central because they're so far east. So unfortunately, we're only going to play them 1, maybe 2, 3 times a year, depending on how the schedule rolls out. The playoffs, so that's really where I want to meet this team. I really hope they build a championship winner as well, but it's cool to see everyone from Newfoundland. I'm all the way in Vancouver, so we're opposite sides of Canada here, but I see you guys in the comments. Now we're going to get a bunch of simulation done in this video, so it could be a long one, so pause the video, go get a snack. Actually, no, wait, talk to Justin. He's officially the team snack guy. He comments, he says, since we need snacks at the beginning of each video now, I'd like to nominate myself as the team's pre-video snack guy. I got the best snacks, Dunkaroos, fruit roll-ups, fruit gushers, anything your heart desires. Man, that is a tall order. This guy's out here offering gushers. Damn, this guy's gonna be working. So we are gonna get a bunch of simulation done, so grab a snack, and we are going to probably get the entire year done. I don't see a reason why we shouldn't, because there's not really a lot of rivalry games we have to slow sim. There's really not a whole lot we have to do until we get to the year 1 draft. Now, talking about the year 1 draft, John Robertson in the comments, he says, I feel like instead of getting a franchise center we all want to build the team around, or a franchise forward, because I made a lot of wingers and not a lot of centers, but I get what you're saying. He says maybe it's time we mix it up and try to get a defender to work our team around. Now, the only defenseman in the top 5, I think. Oh no, there's another one here, Lorenzo Pazzanelli, but a lot of them are forwards. Now, Owen Power is actually a legitimate player. He's playing with the University of Michigan, so we could get Owen Power if we pick number 2. Or if we get a top 3 pick and there's really no one I want to build around, maybe we trade down for maybe this guy, Kurimoto Rainucci, who is a right defenseman. Not going to spoil what he is. 5'8", straight out of Japan. There's Ollie Forsberg, who's a big power forward I'm thinking of getting. Theo Storm. There's so many players, but getting a defenseman might not be the worst idea. But if we happen to trade for a second second, or maybe a player drops like Miko Hedman, who's scouted to go 30th overall, if we pick in the top 5, there's a good chance we're going to be able to snag him in the early second round. Same thing with DeAndre Harrison. All these guys are franchise or high elite, so there's so many players to choose from. I mean, we're going to be picking players like late into the third round. So, I mean, the ideal thing will get a forward, defenseman, and a goalie, but I don't know if the draft's going to be that kind to us. There's a lot of people saying flip players for firsts. You're going to need as many firsts as you possibly can. Other teams are going to do it, so why shouldn't you? Now, even if I was thinking about doing that, I have no one on our roster, aside from Victor Soderstrom, who I really don't want to part ways with, but aside from him, no one's going to be worth a first. Even the player that we sign, the rule is we can't trade that player that we sign. He's here for the long run. I mean, our goalies, we have no one. Now, one thing I didn't realize is that we have Adin Hill down in the minors, who's an 81 overall. So we are going to call him up, and we're going to send Justin Peters back down to the AHL team because I want to keep on to Ken Appleby. I asked you guys which franchise mode Ken Appleby was our starter, and Jason, he's been around forever, he says Ken Appleby was the Rangers franchise mode way back in NHL 15, 5 years ago. It all comes full circle. Ken Appleby from the Big Apple all the way to Alaska. That's right, you're an OG, Jason, for remembering that. He got to be like mid-80s, but he was so damn good for us. That was a fun franchise mode in New York. That was a blast. So now let's sign our player and let's get some simulation done. So first things first, who do we sign? Again, I want to make sure it's going to be the right player. Dylan, he says, if you sign someone, I say sign someone young. It's for the long run. No need to bring in a veteran. Of course, I think we can all agree on that. I don't need to bring in Phil Kessel. I don't need to bring in Dustin Byfuglien or Hoffman or Chara. There's just no way. So we're going to go to UFA. We're going to look for younger players like Christian Dvorak. Hudson, get Christian Dvorak. He can be one of the OG captains in 10 years or so. He's old and he'll be the captain. So he's basically saying, get this guy. He's young enough when your team is winning Stanley Cups. He can be a bottom 6 guy when you're still winning Stanley Cups. Now, I like Christian Dvorak. I think he's good. He's really evenly rated, like basically 85s across the board. If you look, 85, 85, 86, 86, 86, 84, 83, 88. So it's basically an 85. He's basically 85s everywhere, but his former teammate in Nick Schmaltz, I like a lot more. If you look at his stats, it's more high 80s. He's got 87 offensive awareness, 90 discipline, 86 defensive awareness, where Christian Dvorak has 85, 86, 86. Now, his shooting isn't... Nick Schmaltz is kind of better in every category, so I think our player is going to be Nick Schmaltz. He's a center slash a right wing, so down the road, if we want to play him on our bottom 6 right wing, we have a really good third line center, and I want to put Nick Schmaltz on the wing, we have that option. So I think it's better to go with Nick Schmaltz. I was looking at Connor Garland as well. He's a guy who is really good offensively, but I think Nick Schmaltz is just a way better, well-rounded player, so I think we are going to sign Nick Schmaltz. Now, the rule is I can't trade him. He's going to be our guy. I can't trade him this year or next year. I'm going to see how long I can get him for. Can I get him on a 3-year deal? That's fair. 3.75 for 3 years. I think we should lock him in for 3 years at... Let's go 3 years at 3.5. He'll probably accept that. I don't see why he wouldn't. 3 years at 3.5. We're locking up our first player, Nick Schmaltz. Welcome to Alaska. Please sign on the dotted line. We're not going to sign anyone else. I really hope that Newfoundland dips their toes into the free agency pool, but hopefully he signs. I don't see a reason why he shouldn't. He's just waiting to play hockey, so maybe he'll be here for this Buffalo game. Nope, not going to happen. Up against the Buffalo Sabres, the team that we just won a Stanley Cup with. Buffalo, how's it going? You guys got a bright future, and we lose 5-3. When's our first win going to be? Oh my god, Nick Schmaltz. He says, no, we have a full roster. Okay, I got to deal with this. Okay, that could be bad. I didn't even realize. I wish there was a pop-up that's like, hey, just so you know, you can't sign this guy because you have too many players. Actually, this is a decent amount of trade value, I mean, for these players. players, it's pretty decent. I might be able to get a third or a fourth. Now, that third or a fourth could be really damn good. Would that work? Could I get all these players for a third? Alaska would be under the salary cap. Oh, no. Okay, so maybe I need to keep these big guys with me. Okay, maybe I just got to get rid of this guy and then not trade away any players with cap. I guess that makes sense. Would you give me a seventh for this guy? I don't see why you wouldn't. Trade rejected. Okay, apparently not. Okay, what if I threw some more players at you that aren't making any money, so it's not going to worry about our cap situation? Will you give me a fourth there, or maybe even a third? Will this go through? That will probably go through, actually. These guys don't really have any trade value, and they're not going anywhere anytime soon, so can I get a third from New Jersey? Trade rejected. Okay, how about a fourth? Give me a fourth here. This could still be a good player. Do you want to get rid of the fourth? Help me out here. Take these players away. There you go. Thank you very much. All right, Schmaltz, let's try this again. You know what? I'll give you exactly what you want because I kind of screwed you over there. We'll go ahead and give you exactly what you want. We have enough contract space. That should be enough to sign Nick Schmaltz, and then I'm going to deal with our goaltending situation, and then we're just going to get a whole whack of simulation done. Up against the Wild, can we get our first win, please? 8-1. Okay, we could go 0-82 here. Up against the Hawks, can we get a W? Are we going to sign Nick Schmaltz? There you go. He's good to go. Welcome, Nick Schmaltz, and we got a trade offer. Nick Leddy. Oh boy. Okay, so this could be a trade that could ruin our franchise. Yes, we get Nick Leddy, but that's second. That's going to be a medium elite franchise player. So I really can't risk this. I'm going to say no, even though we bring in another pick. Oh my God, we lose in overtime. Okay, so let's go ahead here and get Nick Schmaltz in the lineup, bring up Hill. I got to fix the rosters, and then we're going to get a bunch of simulation done. Maybe even win a game or two. Could you imagine? Alright, so the team is now good to go. Jussi Jokinen, Nick Schmaltz, Wojtek Wolski, Valentin Zykov, Tyler Steenbergen, Michael Raffel, the other Raffel brother. We got Emil Pettersson, the better Pettersson, Mike Blunden, all these guys. Really the only player that I care about is basically, I guess, Valentin Zykov, Steenbergen, and Nick Schmaltz. These guys have potential to be on our team in the future. Maybe Zykov's window is past, but those are the three players that have a chance to really be on this team next year. Victor Soderstrom, I didn't see anything in the comments of you guys telling me he's got to play down in the AHL. I still might bring him down depending on how bad he does, how bad we are. That's something I might do if I notice he's not putting up any points and he's really looking like he's not going to have a great year here. He's probably better playing first line minutes down in the American Hockey League, especially if we're not going to be that good. I just have to find someone to replace him. So let's go ahead and get a whole whack of simulation done. Maybe we're going to get our first W here. We almost did it against the Chicago Blackhawks. Let's see if we can do it here against the Winnipeg Jets. Two cities that are cold as hell in the winter. Let's go. Period number one. It's 1-0. Sami Niku on Hill, our new starting goalie. Period number two. It's 6-1. Okay, maybe not going to get our first win here. Tyler Steenbergen scores our only goal. Oh, we get two more. Zykov and Pettersson, but we get destroyed 8-3. I know the goal is to, lose as many games as you possibly can, try to see if you can pick number one overall, but with the draft lottery, it's really, I could pick first or fifth, I really don't know. So I wouldn't mind winning a couple games here. We're 0-6-1 to start off the year. Nick Leddy for 2/3. I can't do it. I can't trade you third round picks for Nick Leddy. No thank you. Not right now anyways. Up against Columbus, we lose 2-1. We're getting close, boys. Up against the Canucks, and we win! We win a game against the Vancouver Canucks, but the Newfoundland Growlers have fired their head coach. Like 8 games in, they axed their head coach. That's cold. Tony Haley, poor guy. But we get a win. We actually beat the Vancouver Canucks. Oh my God, that's embarrassing. Now I'm wondering, did we get our first win before Newfoundland? I really hope we did. did. Let's see, they're over here in the Atlantic. They're 0-9. Yes, we got our first win before the Newfoundland Growlers. Take that, Newfoundland. Put that in the stats, Trevor. There you go. Love to see it. We get our first W. What I really want to get, though, I really want to go all the way up here until our first game against Newfoundland. That's what I really want. So we got a ton of simulation to go here. But again, it's a marathon, not a sprint. We're going to take this slow and steady after the year one draft. I really want to make like a year one draft special where it's a long video. We make sure every pick is going to be perfect. And who knows, maybe at the trade deadline, something happens where we could get another pick, and there's another win up against Pittsburgh. We beat Vancouver and Pittsburgh. Imagine 2 of our wins come against 2 pretty good teams. It's not like we're getting blown out every night either. It's like we lose 3-2 in overtime, 4-3, 5-3. We're 2-16-2. Not great. Now, oh my God, 6-4, an offensive explosion. Take that, Nathan McKinnon. There you go. 3 wins on the year. Plan the parade. Another win. 4 wins on the year. We beat Nashville, and then we lose in overtime. We've lost in overtime 4 times. It's pretty impressive that we're pushing teams to overtime with this kind of squad. Up against Washington. Oh my God, 2-1. Plan the parade. Here we come. We definitely have more wins than Newfoundland. 6-4, Boston. What are you doing? I think what's happening is these teams are realizing, oh man, these guys suck. They're an absolute joke. But Nick Schmaltz is like, you're taking me for a joke? Come on, I'm Nick Schmaltz with the Alaska Ice Eagles. The team is going out drinking the night before. They're all hungover coming into game night. And we surprised a team like the Boston Bruins. Newfoundland has 2 wins. So they're 2-25-2 for 6 points. And we have 16. So 10 more points than the Newfoundland Growlers. Nick Schmaltz over a point per game, no surprise there. He's actually a +2, so how he's a +2, I have no idea, but shout out to him for being a +2. I'm really not worried about the stats. I'm not going to go too crazy here. Oh, poor Pedersen, -32. You hate to see it. Okay, so we got to make a choice here on Victor Soderstrom. I think we're going to send him down. That means I either have to bring someone up to replace him, which isn't the worst thing because there is some players in our AHL team, but I think for the growth of Victor Soderstrom, it might be best if we send him down to the AHL, because just going like -5 every single night really isn't going to help his growth at all. So I'm going to send him down. I'm going to bring someone up from our AHL team. It's not a big deal, but Victor Soderstrom, I think it's for the best. Okay, so Jordan Gross, he is the guy we called up. Gross. He's an offensive defenseman. He's playing with the ugliest man in the world. What a defensive pair. And we got Gross and Ugly. Oh my God. That's awesome. Okay, so Gross and Ugly, they're going to be our first line pairing. We actually get a +5 here with Eric Gustafsson, which is kind of nice. No, not that Eric Gustafsson. And we get a +3 here with our 2 younger, decent-ish defensemen. So we got Gross and Ugly. That's amazing. Let's go up here against the Buffalo Sabres. They're 29-2. Again, we just won a Stanley Cup with that team. It took 4 painful years, 3 consecutive trips to the Stanley Cup final. I have a soft spot for Buffalo. I always will. Let's go here. Period number 1. And it's 5-0 out of the first. Oh my God. They're eating the King Rasmus Dahlin. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm glad we got Victor Soderstrom out of this mess. Period number 2. 6-2. Okay, Nick Schmaltz and Wojtek Wolski, and then 8-4. So we actually scored 4 goals. Pedersen and Connolly there on the power play. But yeah, Buffalo had their way with us pretty easy. We're actually pretty hot right now. In our last 10, we're 4-4-2. So almost all of our wins have come in our last 10 games. I mean, when you're hot, you're hot. I really want to go up against the Newfoundland Growlers. That's the game I want to really have a look at. And yes, you know, should I be looking for more picks? Yeah, but really the only trade we're getting is Nick Leddy for 2/3. Now, it's not a bad deal, but in the year one draft, I really can't afford to get rid of any picks. So if we're looking at like a third for 2023 maybe, and how good is Nick Leddy really? He's making a lot of money, 84, he's pretty good, but do I want to bring him into a shit show right here in Alaska? I think we're just going to stand put. I don't think think we're going to make a move, especially we're trading away picks when I want to be acquiring picks. I don't need a Nick Leddy right now. We can worry about Nick Leddy's in the year 2 offseason, maybe the year 1. I think we should stink for a couple years before we start thinking about bringing in some veterans. Another win there against the San Jose Sharks, 3-2. That's 7 W's on the year. Oh my God, back-to-back wins. Make it 8, baby. Oh, and then we lose back-to-back games. But 8 wins is way better than I thought we were going to do. I think I said in episode number 1 we might hit 10 wins, and we're already at 9, so we only need 1 more. I don't want Nick Leddy. Please leave me alone. I don't want Nick Leddy. Up against the Canucks, we got our first ever W against those guys. Are we going to do it again? 5-3. Some reason I feel like my game is like really laggy right now. I'm going to save and I'm going to come back. Alright, that feels a little bit better. I'm still rocking the ancient old Xbox One. I know all you kids with your new Xbox flexing on me, but still rocking with the old girl. Hasn't let me down yet. But here we are at 9 W's on the year, and we just beat the Maple Leafs to get to 10 wins, and they're 32-14-2. Yeah, so teams are just taking us way too lightly. Newfoundland only has 3 wins on the year for 9 points. Oh man, sucks to suck. All right, so before we hop into the trade deadline, I think it's going to be a really boring trade deadline, to be honest with you. But we are getting some trade offers, like David Savard here for a 2nd and a 6th. No, thank you. I'm not trading away picks. I'm letting it be known. Oh my God, 10-2. How do we beat the Leafs and then lose 10-2 against the San Jose Sharks? What's going on? 10 wins. We already hit our quota. I really didn't think we're going to be this good. Make it 11 wins. Oh my God. I mean, we do have an 81 overall goalie and Nick Schmaltz, so I guess it makes sense. I mean, oh my God, another win against the Leafs. We have their number. That's so funny. I guess the Newfoundland Growlers probably haven't made as many moves as we have. I can't believe we've beat the Leafs twice. That's amazing. So let's go ahead here, do a little bit of a look around before we power through the last little bit of the season here. 61 points in 55 games for Nick Schmaltz. That's awesome. You love to see it. I want to have a look at the stats specifically for Newfoundland before we hop into our game against those guys. But 12 wins, it's bad, but it's not as bad as Newfoundland, and I'll take that as a W any day of the week. Buffalo number 1, you love to see it. There you go. I left that team in good shape, and you can see it's rubbing off. I want to see just how bad Newfoundland actually is. Like, how terrible is this team? How bad are you guys? Oh God, they are 4-51, only 12 points. So it's probably pretty likely they're gonna pick number 1, and they're gonna end up with Smashkoff. Now I'll talk more about that guy in the year 1 draft, but he is an interesting specimen, that's for sure. Goals against, they've allowed 315 goals. They're averaging less than 2 goals per game. Oh, it's so bad. Their power play is only 9%. I mean, oh my God, Detroit's is worse. Detroit has a worse power play than Newfoundland. Oh my God, what's going on? You guys, like, what? Oh, okay. Detroit has, like, Anthony Mantha, Tyler Bertuzzi. Like, they have some decent players, and their power play is worse than whoever the hell Newfoundland has. That's ridiculous. We have a 14% power play. They have not won a game on the road yet. They're 0-24, and we're 6-20 home and away. Oh, man, they do not like playing on the road. Poor Newfoundland. So last time we checked in, Nick Schmaltz was a +2. He's now a -28. I really want to have a look at Newfoundland here. Have they brought anyone in? Like, who's their leading scorer? Scott Wilson, 31 points, -55. They don't even have 2 players with over 10 goals. Oh my goodness, that is bad. I don't think they've brought anyone in. They haven't signed anyone, so they're really tanking for first overall. Scott Wilson's carrying that team offensively. As for their goalies, Jonas Enroth, oh my God. Should have brought Jeff Glass back in there. Maybe he could have done something good for you guys. That is a yikes. 10-28 for Adin Hill. I mean, it's really bad, but it's not as bad as I thought. So surprisingly, we're better, which is weird. So before we hop into the trade deadline here, I know there's going to be people in the comments that are saying you have to trade for a first round pick. How are we going to do this? There's just no way humanly possible it's going to work out unless I trade Victor Soderstrom, which I really don't want to do. Like, I don't want to trade this guy at all. He's down here in Tucson. He's playing much better than he did up in the big show, so we'll let him grow. I'm not trading him. I'm not trading Nick Schmaltz. Like, I could package up this guy, Zykov, Wolski, Jokinen, and Raffle for maybe a third or like a second, but then our team is toast, and I really don't want to do that. As for goalies, I mean, I guess I could try and trade Adin Hill, but he has no trade value. So I think it's best that we roll through the trade deadline, see what's up. Maybe someone offers us something. Maybe. I really can't see how. And then we'll get our one and only game done against Newfoundland, which is going to be awesome. We're going to be a seller, I guess. I assume we should sell whatever we have. I'm not trading Nick Schmaltz and obviously Victor Soderstrom. Those guys are untouchable. Here's everyone on the block. Newly acquired Jonathan Huberdeau, Logan Couture, Vander Kane, Josh Bailey. So I'm just going to stay put. I really don't think anything's going to happen. If anyone does come at us with a trade offer, I'll let you know, but I don't think we're going to be here for too long. So the only player I'm thinking about moving is this guy, 23 years old, Kyle Capoblanco. I have no idea who this guy is, a third rounder. He's pretty good. I mean, we could be playing him in the NHL this year, but I specifically left some players down there in the AHL just to grow. Josh Bailey goes to Montreal. That's a pretty big deal. We might be able to get a second for this guy, maybe. Let's see if, I don't know, would San Jose give us a second? Like, I don't really want to trade him for a third. There's no way. There's no way we're going to be able to get a second, or even I might be able to get a third, but really it doesn't matter. If I want to move this guy, I can do it at the draft, so I'm going to stay put. I can't really see a team coming at us. I'll stay here till like 8 a.m. If anything happens, I'll let you know, but could be pretty quiet from Newfoundland and the Alaska Ice Eagles here. Oh, we got a trade. The Growlers trade a second and Scott Wilson for, I missed what it was, but I can't believe the Growlers actually made a move. Okay, what was that trade? They traded with the Blues. They basically got a second. Oh my God, they got a second. Oh no, it's a 2021 second as well. I can't let Newfoundland get a second without me. Okay, I gotta make a move here. They traded their best player. Oh my God, they're really going all for it. I gotta make a move now that Newfoundland did. I think we're gonna have to say goodbye to this guy. I could probably package you and like a 2023 third round pick in exchange for a second from some team. A team that's necessarily not great. Like, let's go back to San Jose. Would they give me a second? I don't want to get rid of it. I need a team that wants to get rid of their second and they want these guys. Let me see what I can do here. Let's see if Ottawa wants to play. Ooh, they want to get rid of their second. They want both of these guys. Ottawa would have more than 50 players. So I'd have to take a player back, which isn't the worst thing. I could take a guy with a bad contract. What about Bobby Ryan? No, he signed with Detroit. He's gone. That's right. Bobby Ryan's gone. Is there anyone with a terrible contract? Like Artem Anisimov I could bring in? Eric Goodbranson? I could get the Goodbranson brothers? Oh, yeah, I'm doing that for sure. Okay, give me Goodbranson. I'll give you a third and a prospect in exchange for this year's second round pick. I'm getting the Goodbranson brothers. Will this trade go through? Trade accepted, baby. You want to play Newfoundland? I could do that as well. Big trade here. 2 firsts and Jamie Drysdale. Oh my God, for Logan Couture. So Logan Couture and Mark-Edward Vlasic go from the San Jose Sharks to the Anaheim Ducks. Oh boy, there's a lot going on here. That's crazy. Imagine the Sharks trade their captain to Anaheim. I don't think so. But that's a big move, not only for the Ducks, but for us as well. The trade that we made a lot of sense. We give the Ottawa Senators another defensive prospect and a third from down the the road, we take back a terrible contract, Eric Branson, and we get a second. So that's a win. I think I'm done here with the trade deadline. If anything else happens, it'll pop up, but that was a successful move for us. Thank you to Newfoundland for making that move to get my ass in gear. I couldn't have them make a move and not us, but that's the biggest trade of the day for sure. San Jose loading up 2 firsts and Jamie Drysdale. Now this could be really bad for Anaheim because that first round pick in 2021, that is going to be a franchise player. You guys screwed up big time. Steven Santini, we could get another player. Now Steven Santini was a former franchise mode legend with the New Jersey Devils. He's a defensive defenseman. I'm going to bring him on. Let's do it. If there's a meme with him, he played, I think, almost 3 years for us, and I don't think he scored a goal. It was kind of a meme that he just was never scoring. It was so funny. But okay, now I got to fix up the rosters once again now that we made some moves. All right, so here are the lines after we made our move. I got to fix our defense, and then we're going to get game number 1 against Newfoundland done. All right, so we got Ugly and Gross back again. We got Gustafson, and then we got that +5, so that's nice. And then we bring in the other Goodbranson, the more handsome Goodbranson. We got the ugly one. How are these guys brothers? Eric Goodbranson is a handsome fella, and Alex looks like a thumb. I don't understand. That's a weird family bloodline. All right, so Steenbergen, Wolski, and Zykov get a +3, so that's awesome. Let's go here. Game number 1 against our rival. I assume we're going to destroy them. We're here in front of our home fans in the Igloo, a sold-out event. Once this was announced, it was sold out instantly. Let's go. Period number 1, and it's 4-3. Oh, I did not expect that. Henrik Borgstrom, I have no idea who you are, and then Grope, and then Eric Goodbranson, he scores in his Alaska debut. Did not expect that. UC Jokinen, the better Pedersen. Okay, all right, so a 4-3 game here. Battle of the bottom feeders, period number 2. 4-4. Oh my God, who's this guy scoring on the power play? Okay, 4-4. I really did not expect a game like this, but if this is how this rivalry is going to go, I'm all for it, baby. Are we going to get an overtime game? Oh my God, imagine we get an overtime game against Newfoundland. 4-4. Tons of power plays. Both power plays stink, and we're actually going into overtime. Okay, let's go. This rivalry is shaping up to be something awesome already. Let's go. Overtime here in Alaska. Oh, big save. Nick Schmaltz, the best player on the ice. Let's go. Here comes Goodbranson, the sniper himself, coming in. Got the inside lane. Takes a clap bomb from the bottom of the face-off circle. What the hell was that, Goodbranson, you big idiot? What are you doing? Oh my God, lets him walk right in. He just decides, yeah, you can have this one. What are you doing, Goodbranson? Oh, Nick Schmaltz coming in. He snipes it top corner. And the Alaska Ice Eagles take a 1-0 lead on the all-time record book. Put it in there, Trevor. Oh, what a snipe. Top corner. There you go. Place goes crazy. Nick Schmaltz icing it in overtime. What a shot. Look at the stick flex. Boom. Top cheddar. Goalie doesn't even react. No chance. Nick Schmaltz, baby. You love to see it. Well, that was exciting. Everyone got their money's worth in that game, that's for sure. So let's get... Oh, wait. Oh, we actually play them one more time. Amazing. Okay, so let's go here. Let's get the rest of the year done. We have 13 wins on the year, and we actually play the Growlers once more. I don't know if I showed the last month, if you guys didn't pick that up in the last video, or I just completely missed it. How did I miss that? Okay, we played them again, so here we go. 14 wins. There you go. We got a win against the LA Kings and Jonathan Huberdeau. All right, so let's go all the way up. That's 50 losses on the year. 51, 14, 51, and 7. All right, Newfoundland. No surprise. They haven't won since we played them last. They are 5, 60, and 8. Battle of the bottom feeders once again. This time we're Wheeler in Newfoundland. Are we going to get another crazy game? Let's go. First period, 1-1. UC Jokinen, there you go. Period number 2, 3-2. Wojtek Wolski. All right. So we are absolutely destroying them in the shot department, 31-15. We have a slim 1-goal lead here. We have a 1-0 all-time series lead, and Nick Schmaltz, the overtime hero in the first game, he scores a big one, but then their big gun, Henrik Borgstrom, comes right back. All right, it's a 1-goal hockey game here. 1 goal is all it separates us and Lean Bergman. Oh my God, 4-4. Are we going into another overtime game? Holy shit. You can't write this stuff. Amazing. All right, overtime, here we go in Newfoundland. Newfoundland fans look pretty quiet for overtime. Alaska would be bumping right now. What kind of fans are these? Stand up, it's overtime. Oh, Erica Branson over to Schmaltz to UC Jokinen. He stops up. UC Jokinen finds Erica Branson. God, that guy's so bad in real life. Erica Branson rocking no visor. It was grandfathered in. He was in the league before visors were mandatory. Fun fact. Oh, we got a power play in overtime. A minute left. Nick Schmaltz. Let's do it, buddy. Tyler Steenbergen stops up. I think he didn't mean to pass that, but he did anyways. Good Branson takes a shot, goes well wide over the net. UC Jokinen over to Steenbergen. He comes in, he shoots. Jonas Enroth plays it right in front of him. He's had enough of this shit. He's had a rough year in Newfoundland. He doesn't want to play another minute if he doesn't have to. Here comes Jokinen. Oh my God, what a bomb. Who's 31? I don't even know who that was. What a shot. Oh man, no chance for poor Jonas Enroth, the poor guy. We get another win. We're 2-0 against Newfoundland. Oh man, what a shot. I don't even know who that was. I literally have no idea who scored this goal. 31. Is that Tyler Steenbergen? I think that was Tyler Steenbergen. Yeah, it was. What a goal from the World Junior GOAT. What a pass by the Finn. Oh, man, beautiful. Right past Jonas Enroth. He doesn't even try. Honestly, poor guy's had a rough year. He's ready to pack it in. He's had just about enough. All right, so add it up. Another win. 15 W's on the year. Oh, my God, make it 17. We've won 3 straight. Plan the parade. 4 straight wins. Oh, my God, please calm down. I need to pick in the top 5 here. Got 18 wins. Jesus. Okay, so the last game of the year against the Winnipeg Jets. I'd like to do something before we head into the last game. Our home game. All right, Nick Schmaltz, 84 points. The guy came into a terrible situation, and he's proven that he wants to be here for the long run. He's committed, and he's playing like it. 84 points. So I think it's time in the last home game of the regular season, we play Nick Schmaltz as the captain. Unfortunately, Michael Raffle, you're getting the captaincy stripped from you, and it's going on Nick Schmaltz. The first real captain, sorry Michael Raffle, of the Alaska Ice Eagles, Nick Schmaltz. Gonna look good, number 8 with the C on his sweater. The last game done. It's at home. We're here in the Igloo against the Winnipeg Jets. 84 points for Nick Schmaltz, and he didn't even play the entire year. A phenomenal year. I mean, despite our record, I'd say this year has been a success. Period number 1, it's 2-1. Sami Niku and Adam Lowry score goals on Adin Hill. Period number 2, 5-1. Okay, Laine, Little, Wheeler, 6-2. Raffle, he doesn't have the captaincy anymore, but he still scored a goal. We salute our fans. Thank you for sticking around for this long and tiring year. It wasn't a lot of fun. I will agree with you there. We've had a lot of downs, but there's a lot of exciting things to look forward to with this team, starting with our new captain, Nick Schmaltz. So let's go ahead here, have a look at how everybody did. 85 points in 76 games for Nick Schmaltz. Amazing. The captain of this team. He's locked up for another 2 years. That's awesome. UC Jokinen, 67. I knew these guys were going to put up like 20 goals, around 50 to 60 points. Tyler Steenbergen, 72 overall. Good for him. He had a pretty good year, 21 goals. I want to see how I want to see how Eric Branson did. He had 20 games, scored in his debut, didn't score for the other 19, matches his ugly brother in points, and they were collectively a minus 56. Oh boy. As for goaltenders, 16 and 38 for Adin Hill, and 2 and 20 for Ken Appleby. So Henrik Borgstrom led Newfoundland in points with 46, Brady Keeper right behind him, Carl Alsner minus 60, minus 72 for Borgstrom. Oh man, they did trade their best player, so I guess it makes sense. How'd their goalies do? They had 5 wins last time we saw, and that's all they have. They had 5 on the year. Oh boy, that is really, really bad. So I want to see how bad they actually did. How bad was this team? Did Buffalo win the President's Trophy? They lost out by 1 point to Colorado, 50 and 25, which is actually funny because we beat the Colorado Avalanche in the Stanley Cup final with the Buffalo Sabres to win our first ever Stanley Cup. Kind of funny how that worked out. All the way down here. So yes, we finished 30th and 31st, 5-67 and 10 for the Newfoundland Growlers. 5 wins on the year. That is really, really, really bad. Is Detroit's power play still the worst? Detroit somehow picked up their power play. They had a 12% power play, and we actually had a better power play than 2 NHL teams. One that made the playoffs and the Detroit Red Wings. That's amazing. Newfoundland didn't win a game all year on the road. Oh boy, that is really, really rough. So what we're going to do here, this video has been a long one, I know. We're going to get the playoffs done. We're going to see where we pick, and then the franchise mode really begins in the year 1 NHL entry draft. I'm going to say go Anaheim for the Stanley Cup. They got Vlasic. They got Logan Couture. Let's see if they're going to win a Stanley Cup. The Tampa Bay Lightning go back-to-back. Oh boy, Stanley Cup champs back-to-back. Doing it Pittsburgh Penguins style. Congrats, Tampa Bay. Now, here comes the draft lottery results. Here we go. Before we check that out, though, I forgot to look at the scorers for the regular season. I forgot to check out who led the league in scoring. Not that it really matters. I'm going to guess it was Connor McDavid. You can't bet against Connor. There you go. 120 points. Sidney Crosby had 110. Elias Pettersson had 110. Damn. Ovechkin was 64 goals. Kucherov was 63. And yes, I have the scoring sim to high, so that's why you're seeing all these crazy goals. As for rookie skaters, was it Lafreniere? Oh no, it's the playoffs, so I can't even see. Okay, I'll have to see who wins the Calder. As for goalies, Philip Grubauer led the way. Corey Crawford, there you go. Jacob Markstrom, hate to see him in a Flames uniform. Who was the leading defenseman? Was it Eric Branson? So close. Quinn Hughes was 79. Love to see that. Shea Weber, Carlson, Justin Schmaltz. What? Okay. Trangelo, Krug fitting in nicely in their new teams. All right, the moment of truth. Here we go. Actually, no. Before we head up the moment of truth, I know we're making you wait. Have a look at the awards here. Stanley Cup goes to Tampa, and they ended up beating the Winnipeg Jets. Okay, so Canada has yet to win a Stanley Cup since 1993. It was so close this year, but Tampa ruined it. They ruined it when they won the Cup against the Calgary Flames as well. Tampa just doing Canada dirty. Connor McDavid wins the Art Ross. The Rocket goes to Alex Ovechkin. No surprise. Ted Lindsay goes to Crosby. Frank J. Selke goes to Ryan O'Reilly, of course. Buffalo Sabres head coach wins the Jack Adams. Bill Masterton goes to Danny DeKeyser. Okay. Freddie Anderson. Ilya Samsonov takes home the Vezina Trophy, the future for the Caps. Steven Stamkos takes home the Conn Smythe. And Kaprizov, all right, he wins the Calder. Elias Pettersson wins the Lady Byng. Norris goes to Hughes. Fantastic news. Let's have a look at Kaprizov. He must have put up a decent amount of points. He had 76 points, 39 goals. Yeah, so that's pretty awesome for Kaprizov. Not a bad rookie year, but talking about rookies, what rookie are we going to bring to our team in the year 1 NHL entry draft? Let's have a look at these draft lottery results. And oh my god, okay, the New York Islanders, they move up from 10 to 1. Oh no, Newfoundland gets screwed. We get screwed. We pick 4th. Oh no. Okay, so I'm just looking at it here. The Islanders move up 9 spots. The Growlers drop 1. Columbus moves up 2. We drop 2. Oh no, worst possible outcome ever for the Alaska Ice Eagles. Oh no. It would suck if there was only 1 or 2 really good players in this draft, but there's like 37 really good players in this draft. So we're still going to get a stud at 4th overall. Now, I don't want to get too much into this because this video is already really, really long, and next video is going to be a draft special. So what I want to do here, I'll have a look at retired players, all that stuff. Yeah. Gabrick, Perry, Kessler, Molson. Steve Bernier says, I've had it with Newfoundland. 1 year is all I can handle. I'm out of here. As for goalies, no goalies retired in year number 1. Coach retirement, yeah. Thomas Raffle is now a scout. Okay, so he retired. I didn't even see that. My bad. Okay, I just want to get this out of the way. All these pop-ups. Yeah, we'll look at the draft class in a second. Pro Scout, get out of here. All right, the year 1 NHL draft. Here we go. View draft class. So I think it should be Smashkoff number 1. Okay, so Victor Smashkoff. He is 6'9", high franchise. Again, I don't want to spoil anything, but he's a guy who's just a freak, okay? He's going to go number 1. I think he's 87 overall out of the draft. So it looks like, depending on how Newfoundland wants to play this, they could get Owen Power, who is a absolute stud, but he's only like 77 overall. What they should do is they should trade down and they should pick one of these franchise guys. Damn, I really wanted them to get Smashkoff. God damn, New York had to ruin it. So I don't think they're going to get a creative player. Well, they do have another second, so maybe they make a smart move. But what are we going to do? All right, so here's a look here. We could go ahead and pick Max Kazov, who's a big sniper out of Russia. He's a beast, NHL ready, of course. Zion Bertuzzi, he's a big power forward, 6'4". We got Pete Correa, who is another nice player here. Felix Pox, we're not getting Felix Pox. Agent C listed as a gem. You guys know he's a gem. Someone's going to get him, and he's going to be an absolute stud for that squad. We could still pick a defenseman. I could trade down, and we could pick Karimoto Ryanucci, because okay, this could be fun. If the Newfoundland Growlers pick a defenseman, should we pick a defenseman as well? We could pick the Japanese sensation Karimoto Ryanucci, or is it Ryanucci? I don't know. I made up the name. I should know. But there's that guy. That's a defenseman available. Let's see what other defensemen are out here. Let's have a look. Again, I don't want to ruin too much, but I want to get your guys' thoughts here on what we should do. Or we could trade down and get Lorenzo Pazzanelli, the Italiano Lorenzo, shades of James Avaghetti, Lorenzo Pazzanelli. Luke Hughes is another guy available. Brant Clark. I don't mind Ryanucci, though. He's kind of a fun name. That's it for the defenseman until we get into the second round. Or do we go with a forward? Do we go with a forward here? We don't have to pick this guy exactly. We could pick anyone, really, because they're all franchise or high elite. Like, we could pick Gustav Hammerberg, who's a grinder, which I don't love, but he's a beast. We could get so many players. So here it is. I'm just letting you guys know. Here's all the players available. Theodore Storm, what a fantastic name. Ollie Forsberg. Oh man, there's so many out here. We got Xavier McGregor, Nick Bolt. We got Evgeny Mogilny. There's a ton of players here for the year 1 draft. Zerg von Vichvenberg. We got Parker Jarvis. Oh man, I'm so excited for this year 1 draft, but I want to hear what you guys are going to say. If Newfoundland picks Owen Power, should we pick the Japanese defenseman, or should we pick a real player like Luke Hughes or Brant Clark? Let me know in the comments. I'm really excited for the year 1 draft. I'm going to let it sit, let you guys get as many comments in there as possible, and I will see you guys at the turning point of our franchise in the year 1 NHL entry draft.